Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you. Hey, I just wanted to share some experiences. I was sent these products in the test samples, these small ones, to clean some pistols and see what I thought about it. And, to try the hog grease like on some rails and some my AR pistol bolts and stuff like that. And just kind of wanted to share my opinions with y'all. And I've used Ballistol, I've used Battleborn, I've used, all kinds of stuff, the old stuff from back in the day. And I even use the old wheel bearing grease on my AR bolts and, had really good luck with that, the high temp. But that's kind of what the hog grease replaces, and it's nano-infused and things like that. But, and their nano-infused is kind of like, they're particles that are like micro ball bearings. That's kind of how they explain it. But I'll just go ahead and read some tech bulletins real quick to let you be aware of it. The nanoparticles are suspended and uniformed with a biosynthetic base. The nanoparticles act as a micro ball bearing that fill microscopic imperfections on metal surfaces to reduce wear and actually improve the surfaces. It is non-toxic, virtually odorless, and I can't smell it. I've tried and it doesn't have a smell like some of the other stuff I've used. And you don't have to wear gloves. And it's far less toxic to inhale versus petrochemical-based lubricants. RAND CLP has passed Navy's 100-hour salt spray test. The RAND CLP and the hog grease, bore and bolt are going through final rounds of ERDEC testing in the U.S. Army. Currently, RAND CLP has a gauge code in their process to procure GSA number. RAND CLP reduces friction up to 80% versus the competition. Now, I don't know that to be for sure on my testing, but this is what they're stating. The RAND CLP reduces friction up to 80% versus the competition, as I said before. And RAND CLP has a low evaporation rate. You can store firearms up to 3 to 4 months. Hog grease lasts up to 6 months without evaporation. Now, I do know that it does have a very low evaporation rate. After I cleaned, and if you've been following me on my, and I've cleaned 4 pistols with these small samples that they sent in. That's how I kind of, started using this stuff first. I'll just show you these small samples. But what I did is I, cleaned it with the CLP, the RAND Born brush. So I'd spray this in there, clean the feed ramps and stuff like that, and let that soak. And then I would use the CLP and the RAND hog grease, like on the bolt of my AR, and then also on the rails of the pistols, and after shooting them. And then I put them in the safe, and I think I've been testing this for maybe a little over a month, I guess, and went back and looked at the pistols again, and there's still oil on them. And I've had some where I've cleaned them, put the oil on it, and then came back where it was wet when I applied it, but then when I checked it later, I don't know if it completely soaked in on the other competitor, but it left a film, but it was kind of dry. This has actually stayed kind of like a thicker lube, not really like a film, where the other one kind of dissipated, I guess, or what they're stating is evaporative rate. That's the actual term they use, CLP uses. So I find it to be staying on the firearm, which is good. I mean, I'm actually really excited about it. And like I said, I'm still testing this. So far, it's been great. One thing I really like about the bore and the bolt is you spray this, down in your barrel and on your feed ramp and things like that. Where I've used other products before, I've had to spray it on there, like really scrub it with a rag and my finger, on the feed ramp and stuff, and then it still doesn't get it off on the competitor. However, this, I spray it on there, let it sit, and then do my final, I always do the barrels last, and then, wipe it right off the feed ramp. It just wipes right off. I don't really have to scrub it. So that's actually been really good on this bore and bolt. Pretty impressed with that. On the hog grease, I've put them on the rails and things like that and gone back and looked, and it's still there. It hasn't dissipated or gone away. And then after I've shot them, I've looked at the rails, and it still actually has grease on them. Not to where it's globbing up, but to where it has a real nice, like thin bead on there. But But of course, these are my opinions, and this is just since I've been testing it, you know, maybe a little over a month. But so far, I've got really good results. So, you know, I just wanted to share these results with you. This one is saying that it has a 607 flash point on the RAND CLP, which is actually really good. You know, it's passed the salt test, and of course, I'm not just taking my stuff and throwing it in salt and stuff like that. But, you know, to have those extreme tests, that's really good. It is actually approved by Viking Tactics, so that's, you know, I really like Kyle Lamb. These are just kind of my experiences. So in the description, I will actually leave a link where you can purchase this, you know, if you choose to. So far with my testing, pretty impressed with it. Don't have anything negative to say. If I did, I would definitely tell you. But as far as competitors, I've actually seen better cleaning with this RAND-borne brush than my other ones. And actually some of those are much harsher chemicals where they, you know, kind of, you can smell it. I mean, it's very, you know, filled with odor. Matter of fact, when I clean some of my guns with that older product, you know, like the hoppies and stuff like that, my wife is, you know, she really complains about the smell. With this, I didn't even notice it. But, you know, some of us old guys have hoppies in our blood and have some of those old chemicals in our blood because we kind of become immune to them. But with this, I haven't noticed any crazy smells. So just wanted to share this with you. You know, take it for what it's worth. You know, I shoot a lot. I clean pistols a lot. And so far, I'm actually very impressed with these products. So if you'd like to try them out, I will leave a link in the description. Feel free to check that out. And as always, I appreciate y'all very much. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm posting a lot of the testing stuff that I do on Instagram prior to even putting it out on YouTube. So it's a big deal if you want to follow me on Instagram. You know, I post a lot of stuff and even stuff that I won't post on YouTube. So if you want to check me out there, please do. I appreciate y'all as always. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.